Alrighty, good morning, my friends. It is February 5th, Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. Let's take a look at what happened here yesterday. There actually were some pretty good opportunities. It'd be a quick review because if you look the whole day, it's kind of right here in one pane. We did have clues for the market to try and push yesterday on the shorter time frames, right? So, actually, let me unmute that over here as well. We did have clues for a push, given that from the overnight lows, we had the hourly and 4-hour signals cluing in for a push, and the market was moving in that direction. So we did expect the market to try and push given that signal, but again, the whole overall picture here is we're trading right at, and we'll just zoom out one quick time here, trading right in between the two major extremes. We've got the major low, where we have a lot of bullish signals, and we have, or I'm sorry, let's zoom it all the way out. We have the major low, which is where we have a lot of bullish signals on higher time frames. And we have the major high, which is the all-time high, with a whole bunch of bearish clues from there. And if you look down to where market is right now, we are quite literally around 50% of that range. Same story as yesterday, right? When we came in yesterday, just to take a quick look at this, we came in yesterday, this is what the market looked at. We were pulling back from the 61.8. We had found support from the 61.8 retracement of that bullish leg, and we were about to potentially push higher, and that's why I told you it looked like maybe the bulls would try to push. Now when we come in today, look at how the market looks. Almost identical. We've got the same swing high as yesterday, we've got the pullback, and we've got the bullish clues from the overnight lows. So as we come in this morning, looks very similar to yesterday, and we still have not broken out either below the 61.8 of the push up or above the 61.8 of the push down. So we're like right in between two very key levels, right? So let's take a look at what happened here. You guys know I tried that long here just before the market opened. Did get a scalp out of it, just did not get a huge trade out of it. And then coming into the open here, you can see it was just basically a straight bullish push. So I'm glad that we had talked about seeing the hourly and 4-hour signals cluing into the market to try to push, because then if you would have bought every pullback to the roadmap levels, you should have been able to make some pretty good money, right? So holds the VWAP out of the open. There's even a bullish divergence on the double bottom. Gets through the first expected resistance, which was actually a short out of the open if you wanted it, and becomes the support to the tick here right off the 200. So a long opportunity with a bunch of bullish divergence. A second long opportunity with bullish divergence again from the 200. Again, no risk, right? And then from there, we continue pushing the pullback to the next major roadmap level to the tick. You could have gotten in there for a good opportunity, and then it just kept riding. You had bullish opportunities off the fast moving average the whole way up, and then what do you know? It peters out and parries back and forth between the previous daily close and the major, I forget if this is forget which level it is. It's either a retracement or an extension. And then from there we hold. You can see just kind of picture perfect opportunities yesterday to buy the 200 on every pullback. Right there, big bullish divergence, holds the two roadmap levels, bounces one tick in front of the actual SNR. And again, lots of resistance right at the next roadmap level, which was the close of the day before there, and they parry back and forth for a while and then break out to new highs. And I've noticed this has been happening really often lately, where we have a notable eye level or scaffolding level, and the market will kind of chug into it and then come back and then use it as a support for a couple tests and then break down and then hold it from the back end. It seems like the last couple days I've seen this same pattern over and over again. So in this case, we come up right through, and this was the high the day before, and then they come back and then they start using it as support. So there was a long opportunity, again, pulling back on the whole way up into each roadmap level for you to try and get in on the action, right? By that point, though, you only were able to get about a 5-pointer off of it, 4-pointer, and then we got the pullback. On the pullback, though, what do you know? Beautiful opportunities to short the back end of the roadmap level with bearish divergence, and that would have got you the pullback coming into the midday there, only to bounce basically off VWAP, right? So I'm not saying that was a trade you got filled on if you put your entry there. I'm just saying for all intents and purposes, that was a perfect retracement right back to the mean for the day, and then we get the push to the new high. So let's take a look on the way up. What do you know? Pushes up into the 200, we get trouble, comes up to the next roadmap level for the pullback, and then we ride up the 200 to the new high for the day, where again we pull back and try to hold above the roadmap level there and come to it to the tick and try to bounce off of it. And then at the end of the day, gets a little messy, right? Kind of just back and forth between the roadmap level here and the roadmap level here. And then eventually, at the end of the day, we get the deeper pullback, the pullback to that roadmap level that was working all day around 55 there for the bearish divergence, and the sell-off right to the next roadmap level at 46 for the little micro bounce at the end of the day. So some really good opportunities yesterday. Let's go ahead and see what happened here in the overnight session. We're going, as we saw in the zoomed out perspective, we are starting to get that pullback, but now starting to get that reversal with the, that hourly bullish signal from down there. So on the way down last night, what did you have? Great opportunity to short the back end of the 200. Of course, if you had your entry at the level, it missed it, but a beautiful double top bearish divergence right there. And if you caught the hook and you got in here, let's say, you had about 2 points of risk to the swing high, and you should have been able to get the whole sell-off, right? Then it bounces basically right around 50% of the day before, only to give you a beautiful short opportunity with bearish divergence off the VWAP. So great opportunity there to get short. And then as you can see, as we come into the open, they came right into the next major scaffolding area. We got this push to a slightly lower low with a bullish divergence. And now here we are pushing out into current time right now. And they did parry right off the 200, come into the FMA, and now hold the top end of VWAP for the push higher. There was even a nice short right off that roadmap level once again to nearly to the tip. So that concludes the review there. Like I said, a little quicker than we've been doing lately. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames now and see if there's anything new to add to the picture.